Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. And today I'm showing you Spider-Man in his upgraded suit and Mysterio in his armor from Spider-Man Far From Home. And I know the movie already came out like a month ago, and I just didn't have time to finish them, and I had to find time to review them, and now I finally got time. And yeah, so without further ado, let's just get started. So for Spider-Man's Far From Home suit, I started up with black legs, and then I painted the half in red, as you guys can see. Then I painted a line all around his legs with a glossy black, as you guys can see, all around the legs. Then I painted it again with a non-glossy color, the legs, and then I made all of his webbing on his legs, and then I made a layer with gray here, and then I covered the other part with black again, so it got a thin line. And I redid it with this line, and then it spreads, and then it gets two line, which goes all up to his torso a bit here. And yeah, the webbing goes all around his legs, also in the inside of the legs, like here, as you guys can see. Also goes in the inside of the legs. And then I painted his torso. I also used a black Lego torso, then painted the red, then painted everything black on the side in a non-glossy color, painted this part here in black on both sides, made a gray line next to the red, then made all of his webbing on his torso, and then made the tiny little spire in the front. On the arms he got webbing on his shoulder. He haven't got much webbing on his upgraded suit on his arms, because usually there's like webbing going all down to his hands. There's just a red line with a glossy black line bar going like all to his elbow pads. You know, he haven't even really got elbow pads on his suit. And yeah, and on the back you can see I painted the top of here in red, made the webbing on, painted a glossy black line and then a gray line here, and then painted this tiny spider, which is a bit bigger than the one on his chest on the other side. And yeah, I think the spider took me real long to make that small. I can also just zoom in a little bit. Yeah, so it got like the down part, which is like it has like, it's like not a dot, but it has like edges, and like made like kind of pentagon shape for his head of the spider. Then made two legs on each side, and yeah, so that's the spider on his back. Then I just used a red Lego head, and then painted his eyes on there in white, and then I actually covered all of his head with webbing except for the stud on the top, because I thought I'd just leave it red. And yeah, so you can see the webbing goes all around his head. So another little feature I just made in this figure was I just painted a little tiny silver dot on here, like here. It's silver and then it got a black dot. He got that on both sides, and that is the web shooter. And yeah, that's just a small little detail. And now let's just move on to Mysterio. So for Mysterio, I just did a lot of details, So for his legs, let's just start with the legs. I took some dark green Lego pants and then I just painted them in a green color, as you guys can see, and then I painted his golden boots. Then I mixed a darker gold for his sole here on the bottom, I mixed it with the same gold here, and then I took some brown and black to make it in a darkish gold. That goes all around here. You got a line goes straight down here. Details, the boot. You got overall on his figure some darkish gold details. You got the knee pads, they're like in darkish gold. And then he got like these kind of, I don't know what it got, kind of like golden metal straps which go all around his armor. And then you got here a little red line goes down here on like these golden straps on both sides. And then I just painted like the green, I just painted like a net. It's like his metal armor, but it kind of looks like a net because you got all these lines going down, and then you got the lines going from left to right, and yeah. So on his torso, I made a lot of details too. You can see all overall these lightish blue dots, lines here, these two here, where his light spreads out from the armor. You can see like the upper piece of his chest piece, like you can see there's some details, just like that square that's like in darkish gold that gives it like more a 3D look. You got like the bottom piece of his torso. You got like these two lines in the middle here, they go like straight down from his armor, and then you got like these lines in between these two which crosses these two lines, and yeah, many parts where there's darkish gold, and you got like some red here on the side on both sides and red here. And yeah, I think his torso is really screen accurate. And for his arms, I also painted them in green, and then made like again this, like this net shape, like all these lines going down from left to right. And then I made his glove as kind of like gauntlet where he shoots. And I could have sculpted them because that will look more 3D, but I just decided to make it 2D, like to paint it on. And yeah, you can see both sides symmetrically, and I just took golden arms and golden hands and also golden chest piece. And for his cape, I just took a big piece of cloth and then I cutted it, and then I made like this shape here that the cape comes down here front, like all when it goes like over his head, and it gets like in this round shape. And I just painted here a line, like some lines that it looks like the cloth is like folded. And then I made two cape holders here with Coke can metal, and then I outlined them here black, and then I made like it's like an eye on these cape holders. There's like two eyes, and I tried to make like these, like Lego eyes, because that's like what he's got on his holders. So I just thought I tried to make Lego eyes because it's like it's a Lego figure, and I painted all in dark red. And then on the back you can see there are like these two lines with the same symbols, like just symmetrically. And I know in the movie he has different details because it goes like all down here, the details, and it gets like here on the side some details. But I just made this cape. That's like one of the first things I made. Don't ask me why. And I took the reference from a Hasbro action figure, and I just copied some of the symbols from the figure. It's like not all the details are on there. So, yeah. So I just did that, and I just keep that. So, for his head, I actually used a Imperial Star Wars. I thought it was from the Imperial Gunner. It's like his face. And I painted on a beard all around here in a matte color. And then I got like that hairpiece, which you can actually perfectly use for Captain America. And it was just a blonde hairpiece. And I painted it in brown. And yeah, I think this hairpiece looks really good for Mysterio. And I also think the head looks really good. I just choose this head because, there's like not an actual Lego head for Mysterio. So just pick that. And yeah. So I just totally forgot about showing the back. So that's the back of his torso. Just real quickly showing it to you. There's like not much detail. Just like the red line going back. And a lot of lines. And yeah. So that's pretty much everything about Mysterio. And now let's just finally conclude this showcase video. So thank you really much for watching. I hope you liked the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more, check out my Facebook, Flickr, or Instagram. Link will be down in the description. And yeah, so I'll see you next time, and bye-bye.